so much for joining me today. We are going to be doing kitchen science experiments, and we are going to be making a lava lamp in a glass. How cool is that? Who's excited? I know, me too! I am so excited. So the very first and very most important step of this experiment is to make sure to ask your parents for permission before you get started. Once you have permission, your parents can either help you gather the materials that you will need, or they can point you in the right direction so you can gather them yourself. I have already gathered everything we're gonna be using, and I'm gonna show you that now. First and foremost, you need a clear cup. I'm using a glass. Yours can be plastic, it can be a clear water bottle, as long as it's clear and you can see the experiment as we do it. I'm gonna set that off to the side because we don't need it quite yet. Then we're going to need some water. I'm using some water from a water bottle that I have been drinking out of. Then you need some oil. I'm gonna be using vegetable oil. I found it in my kitchen. If you have a different type of oil that you use in your kitchen, that will work just fine. Put that off to the side. You'll need some liquid food coloring. This is just a simple 4-pack. You can find it at the grocery store. I am going to pull out the color red because that is what I want to use today. I'm gonna close this box up, put it off to the side. Then you will need an Alka-Seltzer tablet. So this is a box, I've opened it. I picked it up at a local gas station when I was getting gas the other day. There's 2 tablets in each package. You won't necessarily use both, but you could if you wanted to. I'm gonna set that off to the side. Put that away, and then pull these out of my sink. That's where they're gonna go when they're dirty. You need a tablespoon measuring spoon, and then a cup measuring cup. So I'm gonna get my glass and I'm gonna put it here, still a little bit off to the side, and we are going to start with water. Now, for those of you who are learning with us today, water is going to be the heaviest ingredient we use today. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of water. Now it's okay if you spill or you make a mess. I have a little washcloth right here next to me in case I do make any messes, quick to clean up. Put your 2 tablespoons of water in your cup. Then get your measuring cup out. You're gonna just open your vegetable oil up, pour until your cup is full. Now it's okay if it's not quite a whole cup. It's okay again if you spill. We're gonna just put that right into our cup, ladies and gentlemen. Put that right into the sink. Make sure you're closing your materials as you use them. You don't want to knock anything over and spill. Next up, we're going to look at this for a second. So if you can see that, you can see the oil is at the top, the water is at the bottom. They have not mixed together. So water, like I said, is the heaviest ingredient we're using today. The water and the food coloring. They are going to sink to the bottom because they are the most dense. The vegetable oil is gonna float above the water because it is lighter, less dense. They're not gonna mix together. So as I add in the food coloring, watch how it sinks through the vegetable oil to the bottom of the glass. Now for the food coloring, doesn't really matter exactly how many drops you put in. Try to put in about 15 or 20. Don't go too crazy. I'm gonna probably stop around 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now with the food coloring, this is the one thing we're using today that will stain. So you wanna make sure you don't get it on your hands, you don't get it on the surface you're using. If you do, take a minute, clean it up right away. Put that off to the side. And now our Alka-Seltzer. So this is gonna be what causes the chemical reaction. So you'll see right now that everything is at the bottom that is heavier. So the water and the food coloring and the vegetable oil is still separate. We're gonna take a tablet out. You can break this in half if you wanna see like a lighter part of the experiment first, see how it goes slowly, or you can just go for it, put the whole tablet in. I'm gonna encourage you to experiment with this. You can put one tablet in, put two. You can maybe try and see what happens if you put more than one color in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this in, and we're gonna watch what happens. So it didn't bubble in the oil, but as it gets to the bottom of the glass, that Alka-Seltzer starts to dissolve. And that is what causes these bubbles. Now, as the bubbles catch the food coloring, you see the lava lamp effect start. How cool is that? So the gas from the Alka-Seltzer is causing those air bubbles, which is trapping water and food coloring inside of those bubbles, rising to the top. They get to the pop, the gas pops, and then the liquid is still heavier than the oil, and so it's sinking back to the bottom, which is why you see the rise and the fall and the rise and the fall. So stinking cool. Now you can do this over and over and over and over again until the Alka-Seltzer dissolves. You can see my tablet is over here on the side. Now it's in the front. You can watch it dissolve. Mine looks like it's sticking to the side of the glass. Totally fine. If you want to add more water, you can always add more water. Then you can add more oil on top. Play around with it. I encourage you to make this experiment your own. Take pictures, take videos, do it with your family, do it in your kitchen, do it outside, do it where you're comfortable. And then take pictures, take videos, like I said, tag us in them with the hashtag PlaySafeandFaye and show us what you have done. Thank you so much for joining me today in this experiment. And again, a reminder, make sure to seek your parents' permission before starting this experiment and just have fun with it. Thank you again for joining us, and I can't wait to see you at camp.